There hasn't been, while there's been a lot of talk about the investment in technology around sports, it hasn't been done at the league level. The last major innovation around professional sports was baseball advanced media, and when they sold the tech side of that to Disney, there was a bit of a brain drain around having people that were first party to a league, meaning they're building for the league first and then figuring out instead of third party. So we focused on technology to do two things: improve the experience for the fans, which is about real time. The fact that our hardware and software creates an opportunity for fans to be able to play a digital game that we've created, as well as a betting game that MGM has in real time for the first time, truly real time betting. Unlike anything that exists. What happens in Europe in real-time betting is still ultimately somebody sitting in the arena with an iPad saying, well, the odds they're going to make this penalty kick or this. Ours is real-time and predictive.
What about, you talk about the gaming aspect of it and the fact that it will exist during the game.
That's right.
Will this exist in all 50 states or only where sports betting is legal?
So there's two pathways for us. MGM obviously is not only our partner, but they're an investor, and so you'll be able to bet on games in states where it's legal. In states where it's not legal is we have a new game. Think of what fantasy was 15 years ago. We have the interactive version of that, where during the game you can play against your friends live for free. That's not a betting game. Much in the vein of the early days of daily fantasy and fantasy. The idea being that ultimately, there are people here that were at the sports tech conference that I was at a couple of weeks ago, and I got in trouble because on stage I said that I thought people needed to just slow down slightly on gambling. That I think gambling is going to be a massive business, but to be talking about it like it's a multi-billion-dollar business when it's only in like 62 buildings in the United States right now is probably a bit premature. One of the reasons for that is 90% of people who play fantasy, daily fantasy, et cetera, do it on their laptop. They don't do it on their cell phone. So there's an education process in the US that needs to happen where we got to get people to their mobile device to learn how to do that and to play that game. Because if you think about how you play daily fantasy, you do that during the week, likely at work, likely at your desk, and then you get on Twitter and Facebook during the game. For us, we want to reverse that trend. We want you to be playing during the game, and it's a social experience. We're trying to recreate the experience of us sitting on a couch together and arguing about the game and being able to play it against each other. Much closer to Clash of Clans or Candy Crush and that type of game.